episode 133 of Anime and Us. I'm TJ.
And I'm Shawn.
And this is the review show that reviews anime from A to Z. Sort of.
Alright guys, last episode we spun for category J, and I think I'm pronouncing this right when I say Jyu Oh Sei, Planet of the Beast King. Now, I think Planet of the Beast King is directly translated from Jyu Oh Sei, but who knows?
Oh, well, yeah, because the Wikipedia page just says Jyu Oh Sei.
Yeah. Osai, I guess, yeah.
So,
Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Natsumi Itsuki, serialized by Shoujo Manga magazine in 93. It was re-released a couple different times, and then they made an 11-episode anime in 2006. And the series made its North American television debut in 2009 on Funimation. And Bones, Studio Bones, is the people that made it. So, Bones is a really well-known one. Back then, obviously, I guess the animation was okay. But like Bones is now known for pretty good animation.
I was about to say they're just the animation
Which is what time? 2006? I felt this was like a 90s anime.
Yeah, me too.
So I would say for Bones, this wasn't great.
No.
Well, could just be starting off.
But weren't they the ones that did like Darker and Black and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, they've done better stuff.
Yeah.
Because this didn't...
Yeah, this looked like a 90s anime, like a straight-up 90s anime.
Felt like a 90s anime too.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, I guess the manga was, what'd you say, like 93, so that makes sense. Maybe they drew it that way purposely.
Well, that's the thing, too. They could just want to be true to the manga and not want to change anything.
So, yeah, maybe it was just that. But I don't know why it won't stay true to the manga. It wasn't that good.
Yeah, it wasn't good at all. It was just boring. It wasn't particularly bad. It wasn't good ever, though. And I've said this a few times, but like there's peaks and valleys. There was never any peaks. It was mostly leveled out, even, and then just bad at certain points.
Like it's one of those ones that there's nothing that doesn't invoke anything in you.
It's so bland.
Yeah. So it's like
eating cereal with no sugar in it.
I actually think these are the worst kinds of anime because at least when you're mad at something, you have rage.
Yeah, I'm not particularly angry at anything. Maybe a bit of the sexism, but like that wasn't even that bad.
This is gonna be one of the ones on the next couple of wheels that we picked. What was that one that we did?
Planet of the Beast? What?
Yeah,
Laser Sword? Oh, yeah.
That's not a J. What? Yeah, it's bland and boring. I guess you should get into the premise then.
There's people in space.
They're always in anime.
Mm-hmm. They're in space, and they're on a space station. They're kids. I think they're like 12 or 11. 11? I think they're 11.
No. Yeah, I guess they are.
They're 11 or 12. I know that. Because there's a time skip, and they say, oh, yeah, I'm 16 now, and, I dropped out when I was like 11. So there was 11 or 12. But anyway, there's brothers that are 11 and 12, or 11 or 12. And their parents die. Well,
twin brothers.
Sort of.
Yeah, well.
They think they're twins.
Yeah, well, their parents die. Again, sort of.
The parents die and they get knocked out with gas, which would kill them, but whatever. And then sent down to this planet. They wake up and there's, like, the growth of, like, the fauna, or flora. Flora is,
the carnivorous plants.
Yeah, I couldn't think of the word. But yeah, they're essentially alive and killing things to eat.
The plants want to kill everything.
They want to eat everything.
They're the monsters, but they don't really...
What's funny is, like, there's no real animals that you see.
No.
It's just plants and people. Like, you literally don't encounter any animals. That's really weird.
They're all eaten by the plants.
But then wouldn't the plants be starving? Like, there would have to be enough to support them.
Plants can survive off of photosynthesis and water, too.
I get that, but come on. Then they wouldn't be carnivorous anymore because they ate them all. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but this is an anime.
Like, what are the people eating, for f***'s sake? You know what I mean? Come on.
They're eating plants.
They would be a lot thinner. Some of them are pretty muscly.
People survive off of plants these days.
They survive. They don't thrive. That's the difference. That is a huge difference. And today is different than the type of technology they had for food then in the anime.
Well,
anyway.
Suspension of disbelief.
Anyway.
I mean, we're in a different solar system. The Earth has been destroyed. Oh, wait, that's a spoiler for, the last episode.
Yeah, you don't really find much out other than they were clearly being trained for something. Up to this point, you don't find anything out, really. They were clearly being trained up there in the spaceship for something, in the space station. You find out that they don't age normally. They'll die pretty quickly. Yeah. You don't really find out when until much later, but they'll die pretty quickly unless there's an operation that'll let them live until old age.
I guess. I don't know. All the humans in space, in the space colonies, are genetically modified because they've been terraforming planets, and for some reason that shortens lifespans.
I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense. And then the one
But they have a surgery that'll fix it, so...
But
I think they're doing it on purpose because of resources and stuff.
But not really, because the surgery only gets them to, like, 50.
Sure, but it's essentially fixing it. It's not 100%, but, it's better than 30.
Well, anyway, they had to leave Earth because it was exploded, and that's apparently a big point for one of the characters that we find out his motivation in the last 2 episodes for some reason, even though it's kind of obvious, honestly. Mm-hmm. Whatever.
Well... Anyway, these 2 brothers drop down.
Oh, they get dropped on the planet because it's a prison planet.
Yeah. Most of the people there don't know that, though. Or they kind of do, but they don't really care.
The people that have been dropped down there do, and there was...
Well, not all of them have been dropped. They've been there for a long time, and a lot of them are being born there. Most of them are being born there. Only a few people get dropped.
I understood it that a lot of the people down there were being... dropped down there, and then now they're just having babies.
In the beginning, the third, we'll talk about the third and all that stuff in a moment, said that most of the people from the space stations don't survive very long. But it's very rare that any of them survive.
Oh, okay.
Which is a bit minor plot point in the beginning when the brothers are there running away, they meet people, they run away, they meet people, they run away. They do it like 2 or 3 times. And eventually they come across these people, and they start shooting a gun. Because they want to kill him because they're in their territory or whatever. Mm-hmm. And one of the plants attacks and kills his brother.
Yeah, so guns are completely useless in this.
Every single time a gun is fired in this, a giant plant attacks, except for when the main character does it towards the end. He picks up a gun, and for some reason he picks it up and he doesn't use it yet, but like the idea was to pick it up to use it, and it's like, what are you doing? Every single instance you have ever seen when a gun has been fired, people die. Like, why would you want to shoot that? They're coming for you. Whatever.
Yeah, well.
But, okay, so the brother gets eaten alive by the...
Wait, you just skipped ahead.
Well, no, we were talking about how they got caught up and
they got dropped on the planet, and one of the brothers is, like, weak.
Oh, yeah, we didn't get that.
And the other one's strong, and then the weak brother gets eaten alive, and I didn't think he was dead, but apparently he died.
I really didn't think he was dead, especially when they did the time skip, and you saw the other guy was Blank Row.
Yeah.
I remember his name. Oh, and Thor.
Because his name is Thor.
Thor and Rye. Wow. Really remember the names. Tits?
No,
my God. We remembered all the important people's names anyway.
I have to be completely honest. I did not remember a single one until you just brought them all up.
I don't know why. It's not good. I didn't like it. But I remember all their names. It's simple. Anyway.
Yeah, but you're right. That when that other character came back from like the second episode, I was like, I didn't even who knew who he was. It took me a couple episodes.
I assumed that was his brother. No, it's just another character.
No, it was...
Well, the one from the space station, right?
No. When they first landed, they ran into a bunch of kids in the trees. The leader of that.
Oh, that was Blank Row?
Yeah, that was Blank Row.
Wow, I didn't pick up on that.
Yeah, he was those leaders. And then it doesn't make sense because he pretty much sent them away and kicked them out. Mm-hmm. And that
now he's got like a death wish for him.
Yeah, so it didn't...
No, that doesn't really make any sense.
I don't know. And it doesn't even make any more sense is because the third's motivation, wouldn't you think he would have came and try and find them?
I don't know. So, eventually, the brother dies, Thor lives, there's this girl named Tristan wants to have his babies, and that's really her only motivation. She likes him and wants to have his babies, and that's her motivation to being with him.
Yeah, because kind of have like a strongest of the fittest kind of mentality going on here. Yeah. But the women can pick. Really.
It's a bit sexist, but at the same time, it's because like the women have to go live by themselves because like they need to be protected because they're important. That's how they make babies.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like they get to pick whoever they want to have babies with. So like it's not like they're being slaved.
No, and there's not as many of them.
Yeah, there's a lot less women.
So it's weird.
So she picks him, and everyone just kind of says okay, except for him.
Yeah, he doesn't want it at all.
He's like, no, I don't want any babies with you. He tells her that all the time, and she still stays with him. And then, essentially, he's trying to get his way back onto the space station. And how does he do that? Well, there's like 4 different factions of humans separated by skin color, which is so dumb. But whatever. Yeah, and he makes his own ring that doesn't matter about skin color. You can come to me. Like, whatever, man. It's tried. It's a dumb trope. Just get it over with.
It wasn't good.
He makes his own trope. The third from another ring, which is like a different nation.
But he doesn't make his own trope. He doesn't make his own circle because
he does for like a moment, and then he just joins up with that one.
Yeah, it's like
so. Like he makes his own ring, but he's staying at the one guy's ring's place. That's complicated. I'm sorry, I don't know his name. And
the ochre ring.
Yes, and he accidentally challenges him for like leadership. Fight to the death.
Well,
Whoever wins is the leader.
He's manipulated into it.
But he doesn't. And then he fights and he wins somehow. So instead of making his own, he's now just taking over that ring.
Well, he wins because the third shoots at...
Yeah, how is that allowed? So, like, he's fighting the guy, and then the third grabs his rifle and shoots at him. He misses, but he distracts...
I think he missed on purpose.
For sure, but still, he distracts the top, who's the leader. And then it opens up for Thor to kill him. But it's like, how is that allowed?
I don't think there was...
Wouldn't people mutiny? Like,
I don't think
you're not real.
I don't think there's a lot of rules in this thing.
Yeah, sure, but like, I'm not saying like rule like, oh, the police are going to come. I mean, like, everyone saw that because they're in the middle of a stadium fighting. Wouldn't you think that everyone would rise up and be like, no, you're not the real top. You cheated.
Yeah, but I also took it as he was like hidden up there and no one knows what happened or whatever.
It's a gunshot.
Yeah, but how often is guns? They don't all have guns.
And a lot of them do, but whatever. Well, I'll let it go. It doesn't really matter.
No, it's just to get the main character into the leader position.
He becomes the top, which was the 5th episode, and then time skip 6th episode.
Oh, he wants to get to the space station because he's got to be the Beast King. You never ever finished the thought.
No, he wants to be... Oh, so you become the top, and they weren't very clear on how to become the Beast King, but you figure it out in the second half of the show.
Yeah.
You essentially kill all the tops and take their necklaces, and then you're the Beast King.
Which doesn't make any sense, because...
Couldn't you just, like, give them to each other?
Yeah, couldn't you do that? Or couldn't you... What happened to... How did the first Beast King become the first Beast King?
That doesn't make any sense.
Before there were circles...
I mean, they could have, like, plotted everyone down and be like, hey, you're white, go in that over there. You're black, go over there. You're like, all right, now everyone fight to the death, and whoever wins gets to come back. Like, they could have done something like that, essentially, but who knows?
I don't know. It's just...
Something I found weird, though, is that post-time skip, they're talking... They're about to meet one of the tops. The quote-unquote the good guy top. The one that you kind of like, the musclehead one.
Oh, who got killed.
Yeah, well, they all got killed, but yeah.
I mean, but he got killed saving the girl.
Yeah, so they're going to go meet him, and I think it was Tiz is explaining that this guy's really powerful and strong, and he's probably the closest one to becoming the Beast King out of all the other tops, which doesn't make any sense, because how could it be any closer when he only has one necklace? Everyone has one necklace, like everyone's in the same position. It didn't make any sense. Whatever. Bothered me.
Huh?
It bothered me.
Yeah.
There's a couple small, like, the third has his own little story where he, like, has a love interest, and that's with the other top.
Yeah, and
because she wanted to have kids, and he said, no, you can't have kids with me, because, like, I have a genetic disorder.
But that doesn't...
So she left, because she has to have kids. That's kind of the rule.
Hold on.
So she went to the other top and had kids with him.
No, I know that, but now I'm thinking about it. She was a top of her own ring, but we met...
But I assume she was the top of, like, the woman ring.
Oh, so the woman ring...
I assume that's what that was, but I don't think the woman ring holds weight.
So the woman ring doesn't get a ring, and they don't need to be the Beast King, so a woman can't be the Beast King?
Well, naturally.
Oh, okay.
They're only there to pop out babies, right?
I'm just saying, some of these women here were pretty strong.
They were, yeah.
Oh.
But she loses her leg, and she like, I don't want the third to see me like this. Woo.
Yeah, it
was just...
Oh, and then there was... Post-time skip 2, Thor just falls in love with this one girl out of nowhere in like 2 episodes because she was pretty.
And Tiz is so pissed off.
And it's like you built up this relationship between these two, and then just because this one girl is pretty, that means Thor automatically falls for her.
Well, I mean,
and they barely did.
To be fair, from the very beginning, he said he didn't like Tiz. He did not want to have sex with Tiz.
That's right.
And he found someone that he fancied.
Yeah, he literally looked at her and said...
Maybe he doesn't like short hair brunettes.
But there's been how many... He's probably met...
He's a top, so he's probably been old.
He met all the women, and he barely said 2 words to this woman before he's like, oh, I love this one.
There's also a month of joining.
Yeah,
that was weird. They brought that up multiple times. It's like they're trying to add depth to the world building, but they never touch on any of it again. So obviously there's only 1 month out of the year where they're allowed to have sex. It's just dumb.
The whole story is stupid because they make it up this planet to be this harsh environment, but it turns out it's the hope of the universe, this planet, and it's stupid. It's full of carnivorous planets, and you're gonna sing this is how we're gonna survive.
There's a couple things. So like there's buildings and there's a lot of people in each ring and they're always eating. They always have guns. They always have pretty well clothing and like little like speeder hovercraft cars and stuff. Mm-hmm. But where's the infrastructure to make these things?
That's what I was wondering too. Was there a civilization there before? Did they try to...
You know what they did say? I'm sorry. At the end, they said, at the very end, they said, because they f***ed up like the space station and all that stuff, they said, well, it's going to be a lot more tough now living here because we're not going to be getting any more supply drops. Right. So they must have been getting supply drops. I don't know why I didn't think of that beforehand. Sorry. But whatever. They never really showed it. It was a write-off line at the end.
Yeah, because they pretty much somehow destroy an entire civilization up in space. Now there's no people on the space station no more. What?
And out of all the planets in the galaxy, in the universe, this is the only one that humans can replicate and have babies on?
That's the only one that's naturally close to Earth, where they can survive in genetics for some reason, because I guess gravity...
But there were other planets they have been to that you could survive on, but this is the only one they said that humans could have babies on.
They terraformed them.
Yeah, that means you can live on it. Yeah, but
it's artificial. This one wasn't artificially made. This was natural... I'm telling you what they told you.
I know, I remember that, but they also said that this is the only planet humans have been able to have babies on.
Well, no.
For some reason, they can't on the other ones.
No, they can. This is the only one they can have that can live the natural lifespan of humans.
Doesn't make any sense.
I know. It's stupid. But that's what they said.
Whatever.
It's not good.
They go to the space station, they f*** everything up, and then they come back. And then they sort of come back.
You just say you go to the space station. Like, how did they get to the space station?
They became the Beast King.
Yeah, Thor becomes Beast King. Yeah. It's an important fact that
for some reason, he's not the only one that goes up. He gets to bring Tiz in the third, and I think that's it.
Yeah, he thinks it's two of them. And the third's really a spy for the military. He was sent there because he had to make Thor the Beast King. Why, if they needed to make him the Beast King, why didn't they just make him get to the point and then just say, "Hey, come on in"? Why does he need to kill him?
Why would you even make him the Beast King? Just use him. Yeah. Like, hey, you're here.
I mean, and he's apparently been he was made in a test tube.
Also his parents were... Well, he was made in a test tube. Yeah, his parents were surrogates, and the test stuff they used was from other Beast Kings.
Right. And apparently his DNA can adapt.
Whatever. They didn't really show that, but that's what they said.
But they said that's why he looked like his twin brother, because he adapted to his mother's genes or some shit like that.
Well, he clearly didn't adapt to the world. Like, he stayed the same, he just grew up.
But at the last scene with him, he has a different skin color.
Oh, yeah, they do say his skin's a tiny bit darker.
He's got dark hair,
pure white anymore.
And he's got black hair now. It is...
the 4 to 5 years he was on the Beast King planet, he didn't change.
Because he didn't want to adapt. He wanted to get back.
Okay. I'm done with this. 4. Maybe a 5.
4, yeah.
It wasn't good.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what else did we have for Jay?
Jubi-chan.
Oh. I'd watch this before Jubi-chan.
Yeah. Juni Taisen.
Juni Taisen.
Zodiac War.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'd watch this before that.
Remember what that was off of that? Okay. JoJo.
I'd probably watch this before JoJo, only because I've seen JoJo like 3 times now. Unless I was continuing where I left off. Then I'd pick JoJo.
And Joker Game. This, JoJo, Juni Taisen Jubi. And that's tough for the last 2. That's interchangeable. The Battle Royal one, the Zodiac one, was so bad.
It was bad.
I would rather watch Jubi-chan again. I was going to actually put JoJo second, but since you're doing third, I'm fine with that because I hate JoJo.
Well, like I said, if I was going to be watching the next season of JoJo, it would be second.
I mean, objectively, JoJo is probably a better anime, though.
Yeah, which is wild to say.
But it really, really hated it.
Yeah, it's just got a certain kind of tone into it, you know?
Yeah, I know.
Alright, let's spin for category K. I spun it once before you added the things in on accident, and it was K, and we just went past K. Wow. Whoa, we got K on. That's funny. I was talking about that earlier. That's the one my daughter likes.
Oh.
It's not going to be terrible. It's like a slice of life kids anime. So remember Atsumi Daio, whatever that was?
Azumanga Daio.
Yeah, that was it. It's kind of similar to that, but not really. It's for children.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
it's got 2 seasons, and the first season.
No, it's only
14 episodes.
14 episodes.
Oh, that's not bad. I thought it was going to be really big. 14's not bad. The second season's huge, though. 27?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
That's a weird... And then a movie. They must have just wanted to finish it, I assume.
I guess.
Comedy, music, slice of life. So a bunch of girls... Oh, I guess I should read the plot summary, shouldn't I? It's Yuri Hirisawa's first year in high school. She's eagerly searching for a club to join. At the same time, Ritsu Tainaka, a drummer, and her friend Akiyama, a bassist, are desperately trying to save the school's light music club, which is about to be disbanded due to lack of members. They managed to recruit Tsumugi Kotobuki to play the keyboard, meaning they only need one more member to get the club running again. That's right.
Why are they always lacking club members?
Because no one wants to join. Yui joins, thinking it will be an easy experience for her to play the castanets, the only instrument she knows. However, the other members think their new addition is actually a good guitar prodigy.
Well, I'm not actually... Like, we didn't particularly like Azo Megadaio, but it wasn't terrible either.
I watched most of this with my daughter recently, so I know I've seen the first few episodes.
I'd love just to say, and like music and slice of life are usually pretty good tags. So
it's my only issue is like I've seen some of it. I know it's for children. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like it's not something I will want to click play on.
But now you have something to watch with your daughter.
It's true.
You can just restart it and say, "Hey, we got to watch this again."
All right, guys. Next episode, K on.
Bye!
Exclamation point.